Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Dear Dana. Hey, James Pruitt, and hello out in the bushes. I wanted to have a specific topic for tonight's show, but as it just happened to be, I just could not make myself do that. And the reason that I could not, because the more I thought about it, I wanted to focus on, do you really know yourself? Do you truly know who you are? But as the day went on, and the Ukraine stuff is going on, and other things kept entering my mind, and other questions, and I was doing things like, especially since we have had Covina going on. And hey there in the bushes. Um, I've been doing a lot of online grocery shopping, and the more I was making my list today, I kept noticing them saying, um, this isn't available. So I'd go back and pick something else. Yeah, random shows. So other people couldn't bring things in too. Um, and so, I ordered things like, the multicolored peppers. They didn't have that, so I'd go order green peppers. And I'd order, the lesser expensive steaks. They didn't have that. I'd go order other steaks. They didn't have my uh, generic bread, so I'd go order other bread. And this kept going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Hey, Leanne. And before I knew it, they didn't have 54 of my things I ordered. And I was like, what the hey? 54 of the things I ordered? So I start looking down the list, and it was my most basic things. They didn't have basic bread. They didn't have my basic cheeses. They didn't have my gallon of milk. They didn't have my meats. They didn't have my vegetables. And I was like, this is basic necessity stuff. Are you kidding me? Basic necessity food. They didn't have my basic necessity food. I could understand if it was like specialty crap food, right? The things that we always gravitate to, the specialty food or the specialty crap food. And I was like, you have got to be kidding me. So I would go back and look, and it would still be available, and I'd try to reorder it again. No, couldn't. Not available. Couldn't even get it in 2 to 3 days. So I was going back, well, I'll order these instead of getting these Idaho. I'll order these russet potatoes, and no, can't get them. And this went on and on and on. And my daughter's friend, she does a lot of the, shopping in store to pick up the foods. And I wanted to know. My husband goes, well, maybe it is just for the people that are getting it delivered to the house. Maybe it's more accessible to the people that go pick it up. No, it's not. No, it's not. So this is an issue. And let me tell you, we're hearing a lot about spiritual warfare from a lot of the creators. I've been saying it for 2 years. I started bringing it up when people were having me on their channel 2 years ago, and people were looking at me like, okay, okay then, but you're hearing it more often, and it doesn't have to get all serious tonight, but this is one of the things that I do want to speak about. We are going to have to become more personally self-sufficient. We are. We're going to have to figure it out. Remember how I said that it's going to be up to us as individuals to start shining our light and resonating higher and learning to do for ourselves and take care of our brothers and sisters, for lack of better? it's beginning. It's beginning. Um, I was telling my husband tonight, it is time, and you can do it without bread machines and stuff, to start learning to make our own bread. I'm going to go ahead and get the grow light, even though I know it's becoming grow season. Can't always depend on that because, creatures eat our food. Um, I know a lot of times if I'm not careful, the critters will come eat my blueberries and my other things. So I'm going to try to grow um, in my garage or on my deck and stuff and try to grow extra. So I noticed like I like to buy generic cans of mushrooms. I have a thing for mushrooms and I cook a lot with them. I do get fresh, but fresh is extra. And I would often buy the little cans of mushrooms, generic. And they were 33 cents, sometimes 40. I went to look at a can of mushrooms, generic for the store. It has gone up 3 times, 300%. It's $1.18 a can for generic mushrooms. So that's part of my conversation. It's going to get harder before it gets better. Harder before it gets better. And yes, it's going to affect the poor to a large degree, but I think our country will try to buffer that to a degree. Our richer population, it will affect but not affect. The middle class, it is going to significantly affect. It's going to hit harder. Expect it to hit harder. Not just the United States, Canada, it's going to hit the whole world harder. I'm not just talking about the United States. The whole world. James says, hopefully more people will finally, and I went a little later than usual. He says, truck drivers are striking across the country, and without drivers, the stores can't get their deliveries. And, we're also having trouble, I'm sure, with shipments being on the water still. And think about possibly, I don't know how much it's affecting with what's going on in Ukraine. Ukraine with airlines, I don't know how much that's being affected. But yeah, I can see that. Leanne says, yes, I live in a rural area on a farm. We grow most of our own vegetables in the summer. We also can and freeze food. We plan on extra this year for the neighbors. I don't know how to can. I do plan on freezing, but absolutely. It is going, look, light workers unite. What I was talking about earlier, it is going to be a thing of us resonating higher, definitely knowing ourselves, finding joys, absolutely. Um, really tapping into our spiritual selves. I'm not saying live in doom and gloom. I'm absolutely not saying that. We're going to have to really find joy in the simplest things. Really. Turn on the music and dance, dance, dance. We're going to have to do these things. It is up to all of us individually. We've already just are coming out of this whole Covina thing. I'm not monetized, but I still don't know how much YouTube looks at all of my stuff, so I'm playing it safe. But that being said, we have all just not even really processed how it's hit us spiritually, emotionally, physically, coming out of the PTSD and all of the stress of that. And there, I heard a news thing of it talking about 10 to 15 years of effect or possibly war over there with Ukraine and Russia and all of that. I didn't hear all of it, but we're not going to be untouched by all that's going on. If everybody in the USA thinks we can just sit back and watch and not be untethered by it, untouched, they're incorrect. I'm sorry. This is the beginning of how we're being affected. It's only the beginning. It's only the beginning. I felt things, the virus, even though the virus in Ukraine aren't connected, that was just the beginning of how there is a process going on. I'm not speaking of the end of times by no means, but there is a spiritual warfare occurring. And we all, everyone that's an empath, a light worker, that has the ability to tap into their spiritual selves and grow larger and tap into your gifts. Leanne, aren't you the singer and the guitar player? Isn't that you? Everyone that has gifts and capabilities, it's time. Everyone that has these things that can touch other people's spirits, it's time. It is time. You don't know the magnitude of how it can affect other people in a positive way. Hey, JC Bear and Monica Hall. We are the light worker soldiers, so to speak. Hello, Willow. But no, not you. Oh, special education teacher. Sorry. I got confused. Forgive me. But even what you're doing, you know the gift of that. I don't have to tell you. Forgive me for getting confused. I'm not even going to kid you. Just all the chaos with what was going on with my groceries alone, MS is a thing among itself. I don't often do it. I do not because I don't want to. They want me to, and I do not. But the tension of all of that spiked my pain levels. With MS comes pain. I could feel the pain shooting up my spine, spiked my pain levels, and I actually had to take something for it. No joke. Because my pain has been through the roof today. The roof is on fire. What's the rest of that song? the roof, the roof is on fire. Dun 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 dun. Well, that's how I was feeling, but not in a good way. Let me play that intro. Let me do it. At least I can be silly, even when I'm hurting. Okay, doe. Oh, yeah. All right. Your tribe, your vibe attracts your tribe. Never forget that. It is true. And at least my vibe is not irritated and in pain all the time, because that would not be a good thing. The roof, the roof, the roof is on fire. I don't remember all the lyrics, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. See, everyone here is gifted in one way or another. And here we have Mr. Lyrics writer and music writer. Maybe one day I can talk him into writing me a proper um, song to go with my channel. Talking about you, Virginia Woolf. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm going to throw down the link. I was complaining, well, not just complaining, but talking about the level of which the food has gone up. And JC Bear, I went to order my groceries today, and I could not get the basic food, milk, bread, vegetables, meat. Oh, cool, Virginia Woolf. Thank you. I could not get milk, bread, vegetables, meats, almond milk, and I kept potatoes, and I kept switching to see if I could get other in the same categories. No bueno. Could not get them. They knocked off 54 of my items on my grocery list, no matter how much I switched it. And the alarms were going off. We are going to have to become self-sufficient. We're going to have to start making some of our own bread, growing some of our own vegetables, like Leanne was talking about, freezing and canning some of our own stuff. In areas we are gifted, are capable, we're going to have to do more and look after some of our own neighbors or our family. It is not going to get better for a while. It is not. I don't know how bad it is in Canada or Australia, but I would be interested to know. I would be interested to know how it is in other parts of the world. Hey, Sheila, Steve, Monica, how is it with access to food in Australia or Canada, for instance? Are you having the same issues? Some of our food has gone up 300%. I know gas is that high. And I'm not trying to put out high alerts like, oh, everybody freak out and have a terrible life. No. I still want us to pursue your gifts. We are really going to have to be heavy duty light workers. Heavy duty light workers. And I don't want to just talk to myself in here. No, I don't. No, I don't. So I'm kind of wanting to know, your food has jumped up there, JC Bear, not just the gas. We are seeing food shortages. I expected some of the other items, but vegetables, like fresh veggies, milk, they're saying we should expect milk shortages, meat shortages, dog food shortages. I can't remember the other one. Possibly egg shortages. My husband was seeing it on a news thing for a warning for us. Hey, Vintage Optimism. How are you, darling? So I told him, you don't have to have a bread maker, but there are recipes online about making your own bread. So I'm going to start doing that, freezing some of it. I don't know how a chicken will work out here. I mean, we're allowed, but would want to protect it where like coyotes and stuff don't get it. I know some of our local stores to look for some of the medicines is difficult to get. Why better to skip the bread, Steve? I mean, I don't eat tons of it, but my husband loves it. My daughter loves it. I mean, he has stockpiled some stuff, um, but a lot of it I don't eat. Ugh. Oh, you made brioche? Too much junk in it. Are you talking about the bread that you buy or that you make? Who was talking about brioche? Oh, vintage. Yummy. Oh my gosh. See, that's scary that the shelves are bare for medication. And see, hey, speak with Marcella. Thank you for the love. Preppy Kitchen Fun and Easy. I'll have to check out that website. I'm just asking everybody, whatever your personal gift is, start leaning on it now. Lean on it now and become as self sufficient as you can. Become as self sufficient as you can. Lean on your gifts. Lean on your personal gifts. Vintage, you're very creative and artistic. Your gifts are with the children and the community. Lean on your gifts. I know Sheila's when Steve can do pools. But if he can't start being a counselor now, he may want to look into being a life coach or getting a hypnosis certificate. Something in that area. Begin leaning on your gifts. Become as self sufficient as you can. Start focusing in that area. Thank you, Willow. Edible weeds and plants like marijuana, Leanne. Now, I know we have weeds. What are they called? They're yellow. Back in the day, people used to eat them all the time. Um, but now people pull them up. But they have so many qualities to them that you actually can eat them. Oh, I wish I could remember what they are. Yes, you do, Willow. You know you do. Don't be like that. You always downplay yourself. But you absolutely do. Um, crapola. What is that weed that grows in everybody's yard so easily and it's got the jagged little edges? Weeds that grow in yards with yellow flowers that are edible. There they are. Dandelions, that's what it is. And I'm going to share it and show it to you. They're called dandelions and dandelion roots. They grow all over my yard. And I've almost pulled them and cleaned them and eaten them because I've seen a lady do it. And you can make dandelion tea. Marijuana is not legal in Georgia at this time, but I'm expecting at some point it will be. Hold on, let me show you. Dandelion and dandelion root. But you can eat them. Chrome tab. Okay, here it is. Woo woo, you can't see it yet. Okay, can everyone see this? Dandelion root. Do you recognize it? Uh. See if I can pull up that picture. Oh, they say that. Oh, they're giving prices on it. See that weed? It grows in everybody's yard. 10 edible weeds likely growing in your yard. There's one. See, dandelion root. It's easy to harvest. The leaves, roots, and even flowers will all have myriad edible and medicinal uses. But the most straightforward one is to simply pluck the small leaves found at the center of the dandelion clump. These are most tender and least, you can even make a salad out of it actually, and least bitter. Chop finely and sprinkle in salads to which they add a delightfully tangy flavor. The yellow petals make a nice garnish. Now, see that? You can eat the suckers. Purslane, I've seen that too. I've seen that. Now, who would be brave enough to go out in your yard? Now, I've seen that all the time. Wood sorrel, with it looks like little 3-leaf clovers around it. And I've seen my dogs eat it. Who would be brave enough to go out in your yard and pick some of this stuff and eat it? I see these violets all the time. Hmm. Would you be brave enough to go out there and eat it? Dandelion wine? Now, I've never heard of that. Kangaroo poo. Broccoli sprouts. Oh. Are they hard to grow, Monica? I love sprouts. I love sprouts. I haven't seen them in the grocery store in a long time. Don't you know that hugs from JC Bear would be the best? Chickweed. Now, I don't know what chickweed looks like. So, Virginia Wolf, do you pick the dandelion out of the yard and make tincture out of it? That's what I want to know. Look, we need to learn some of these things from each other. I want to learn coffee with roasted dandelion roots. Teach me, teach me. Dandelions are also amazing for detoxing. You can eat the whole plant. Have you eaten the whole plant vintage? Oh, I'm so interested. A dandelion jelly jam? What's it taste like, Leanne? Okay, Monica, we need to talk about this stuff. Y'all, we need to talk about this. Now, what happened to me again? Okay, I didn't stop sharing. That's what happened. We absolutely need to talk about this. We need to have a day where we share all of these ideas. Seriously. I want to grow sprouts. So, how do you grow the broccoli sprouts? Do you just get the seeds and just grow them so far and then eat them and don't let them grow into the whole thing? That is what I'd like to know. How come I always end up talking up here by myself? Has anyone in here got chickens? You've got chickens, Monica? Or you're just talking about the sprouts? Bok choy is easy to grow in my area. Makes a great salad. You have 30 chickens, Leanne? Wow. So do you have to be careful about other animals trying to get them? Like wild animals? And how hard are they to care for? Put a stem of a fruit tree into a cut off piece of aloe vera and put it into a pot and it will start to grow root. Okay, stem of a fruit tree. See, I need another apple tree. So my one apple tree will start producing apples. See, I didn't know that when I got the apple tree. So if I cut a stem off my apple tree and put it in a piece of aloe vera, would it start producing roots? Got you. Oh, silky chickens are beautiful. Wow, I'm learning a lot about these extra seeds. Now, I'm about to purchase a grow light so I can do some of these things in the house. So I can do some of these in the house. Now, has anybody ever grown avocado? Anyone ever grown avocado and had any success with it? Ooh, I've never heard of Japanese eggplant. See, I have a green thumb, but I haven't grown. Um, you have a avocado tree? I haven't grown some of those unusual plant spinach. We're in a time that we're going to have to really buckle down and become self sufficient. Ichiban, which means number one. No to the avocado. I know, it seems like it would be hard to grow. Sorry, Dana, I was away from the computer. I bought the dandelion tincture off eBay. You can learn to make it on YouTube. Okay. So it's pretty easy planting lettuce and kale this weekend. Okay. Did you know you can take. What did I have my kids do? I had them take the bottom of carrot and put it on. Did I have them put it on dirt? and put it at the bottom of the carrot on dirt, and it just grew again. But I don't think they could eat. Could they eat it? No, just the green part grew. But I've got some older potatoes, and I'm just going to plant them outside, and onion, and just let them multiply. I think they can do that, right? If you just plant potatoes out in the ground that you have in the house, and onion, can't they just multiply? Oh, goldenrod tincture with vodka. Yeah. So do they regrow, Leanne? I mean, you can take the end of vegetables that you've used and just regrow them. If the potatoes have eyes on them, you can put them in the ground, and don't they just multiply with the eyes on them, Leanne? What do you mean, cut the eyes off and plant them? Oh, you just cut the eye, plant the eyes? I didn't know that. You're smart, Leanne. Goldenrod are similar to many other herbs, antifungal, diuretic, expectorant, astringent. Whoa, you're smart. I still know a lot about herbs and stuff. Um, I know a lot about alternative medicine and a lot of that direction. Too cool. I'm serious about getting a lot of things done this year. I do not want the critters eating my blueberries this year. They just raped the heck out of my bushes last year. And it made me sick. My blueberry bushes are my babies. They come after my peach tree. They come after my fig trees. It's just hard. I need to know how to keep away the snakes, the copperheads, and the other critters, and I will be a happy girl. We get copperheads real bad out here. That is wonderful. Do you get snakes out there, Leanne? That's the part that worries me. I want to take big rain boots out there. And I have a lot of flowers. So, what do you do about the snakes? I don't like that. One of my dogs got bit a couple of years ago by a copperhead. Oh my gosh, in her leg. I thought it was going to kill her. And it just, ugh, it was terrible. Her poor leg. And resonating higher will help, help, help. How do you all feel when I say it almost feels like if all of us share our gifts and resonate higher and sort of make a pact to be not just share our gifts of being more self-sufficient with food and things and creating food, but our gifts as individuals. Like if you paint, if you create, if you grow, if you play music, it's going to become extraordinarily important because the emotionality, the mentality, the spirituality of people is going to be wreaked havoc upon is the truth. Society is going to need people with spiritual strength and light more than ever before. More than ever before. Hey, Ramblin' Rose. Oh, bad habit. I'm sitting here picking my nail polish. That is a terrible habit. Here is the problem. I have a lot of rose bushes, things that have flowers. You know what I mean? I have hiding places for snakes. I have trees and rose bushes and hello, Gianna Robinson. I have a lot of places for them to hide that, lovely things for them to hide under that create flowers. That is the problem. I like to have things that are beautiful around. Graft fruit trees off the rosebud stock. I think I've seen things like that. I have to figure it out. I have to figure it out. Oh yes, and for those that didn't see my post, you may not have seen my post. We celebrated my mom's 79th birthday early. It was her 79th birthday, and some of you may have seen it. Some of you may have not. I'm going to share a picture of her. She would kill me. It looks a little bit light because I filtered it. I filtered it, trying to get a better shot of it. She will kill me. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. Did I share it? Chrome tab. This is my madre. It looks a little bit light. This is my mom. She's darker than that in person. But I was trying to get a better shot. This is my mommy. We took her to a restaurant. Me and one of my brothers. My other brother couldn't make it. Oh, thank you. In person, um, we look like we're related, but we don't look alike, if that makes sense. She has sharper features. I look more like my dad in real life. I mean, you can tell me and my mom are related, but my brother looks more like her. Do all your family have your mom's eyes? Well, my dad had light blue eyes, and my mom's eyes are more of a green. So we're somewhere in the middle, if that makes sense. If you're talking about color, me and my brothers are somewhere in the middle. So both my parents had somewhere, dad had light blue, my mom had green. My mom's got light green, my dad's had light blue. Yeah, but my mom, she's high tempered, let me tell you. My mom's very high tempered. Very high tempered. But she's been very sweet lately. Um, very sweet lately. I don't know if it's age or I don't know, but I think she looks good to be 79. You know what I mean? Don't you? She looks better than most women at 79. But yeah, in person, she's a lot darker. Um, what's her sign? She is Pisces. She and my dad were both Pisces, but their personalities were different. She was high tempered, very high tempered, very high tempered. Okay, I'm going to show you real quick. This is not a very flattering picture, but this gives you a better indication of how dark she is. See how dark? I'm white like my dad. My dad was very white. If she were to go out in the sun and get a tan, she would be super dark. Oh no. I am sending prayers to your mom and surrounding her, calling down angels. How far does she live from you, Monica? Is it possible to do a well check? Or do you know a neighbor, anybody that can check her? I would be calling somebody to do a well check on her because I couldn't take it for a week. If she lives far away, I would have somebody, I would call and have a well check done. They will do that. If they are not answering and it has been a week, I would call and have a well check done on her. The worst she can do is get upset with you. I'd rather have her pissed off and okay. You know what I mean? I would do it. Personally, I would do it to have peace of mind. I would do it. I'd rather have her mad at me and okay. That's me. I wouldn't be able to take it. My opinion. That's too long not to know something. If you don't have a neighbor you can call, a sibling you can call, and you have no other way, I'd have a well check done. I'd have a well check done. I'd have a well check done. Too long. That's out of her normal. You are welcome. I just would do it. You can blame it on me. That's too long. And how old's your mom? Monica, how old's your mom? If I know my mom's supposed to be at home and I've been calling and she's not there, I rush over there. And then if she's not home, and shoot, I'd be calling police. You did not jack my show. You did not. You didn't jack my show. I'd be calling. I'd get a well check done. Look, it's questions tonight. It's questions and thoughts. Anybody can say anything tonight. Look, I couldn't put a. Tonight I was going to think, how well do you know yourself? And we were going to go all there. Because I knew I couldn't do, angel messages and stuff like that. And see, he's 92. That's just too far. I mean, he's way beyond elderly. Yeah, very good to ask us. I look at my mom, and she relatively looks young to me, and I don't think of her as being elderly most of the time. But then I see things, and reality hits, and I'm thinking, you never know. You just never know. Something can happen at any time to any one of us. You just don't know. We're in human bodies. You never know. My daughter leaves the house. If I don't hear from her, or she doesn't get home at a certain time, or something's not right, I'm going to worry, right? If something's out of the norm, you're going to worry. And you've been calling and she's not answering. So do well check. And how many days have you been calling her? Just asking. Lord have mercy. Virginia Woolf, do you go grocery shopping or do you order yours in? That's the question. How many people, after this whole Kavina thing, order their stuff in? Does your mom have any regular activities like bingo or go to the senior center? For 6 days, you've been calling her. Have you been able to leave messages, Monica? Hey, Lori Watson. How are you? Yeah, while everybody's on here, if you haven't checked your subscribe lately, when you get off, check it to make sure you're still subscribed because YouTube plays dirty little tricks and sometimes they drop it. And if you have not subscribed, please do so. It greatly helps this channel and it helps other eyeballs get on this channel. And we talk about everything from psychology to spirituality to social things to help us all build our community, take care of ourselves, resonate higher, help ourselves, and help us to better understand ourselves. She attends church and I will call them tomorrow. Okay. You will have to let us know, Monica. You know what? It was Shan. It's so hard to niche me. Niche me. Niche me, baby. Because I'm not really a niche. She actually called me a personal development channel. And I kind of like that. Because it did kind of wrap me up with a bow, so to speak. Wrap me up with a bow. Because spirituality is personal development. Psychology is personal development. Social. I said social. social commentary, and meditation is personal development. I guess you could call readings. I haven't really done any heavy readings on here. One time, one time I did. One time I did a full reading with someone. It just kind of happened. But I do angel messages and private readings. That's sort of personal development. Virginia Woolf says, Bazoo. I worked at a church for a couple of years cleaning it and odds and ends, and we checked on, visited a few people. I went along. I like that. I like that. Especially when people get very old and maybe they lose their partner or spouse, kind of like my mom, although she's very independent and is able to drive and go do her thing when she wants to. But a lot of times they might become housebound or they'll isolate themselves and they get lonely. You know what I mean? And it's nice for them to get visits in case they need something or just want the company, you know? And you wonder how many people are sort of hanging out by themselves. But my mom doesn't like to let strangers in. And I kind of don't blame her, but she'll go out in public and talk. She will talk to everybody. Talk to everybody. The cashier, the bag boy, the person waiting in line, the pharmacist, everybody. Everybody. That's her socialization. I told her, why don't you join a club, take a class, something. It is cute, sorta. I mean, it kind of is cute, but it's a lot. She's not like, oh, look at that cute old lady. My mom, she looks younger than she is, and it's sort of a lot. I mean, it is and it's not. You kind of have to be there. Virginia said, I haven't seen my mom since COVID. I want to go see her soon. How far is she from you, Virginia? How far is she from you? Oh, Lori, I've noticed things about my mom, though, recently where it bothers me because my mom's always been a tough bitch. And I say that lovingly. Because she would, ugh, handful. We would call her like Lucy from hell. Because, uh, as sweet as she could be, that's as harsh as she could be. But she's gotten more sweet than not, um, lately. More sweet than not. But we've noticed that she's kind of gone on a loop lately, which I don't know what to think of because I am hearing uh, a lot of the same stories that I used to hear, like almost weekly. And I don't know whether to be disconcerted or not. She's a super intelligent woman, and she'll go periods where it's not like that. But I'm starting to hear some of that. So, You know, I don't know whether to be concerned or not. I don't know whether it's because she isolates a lot by choice. Hey, Margie, she goes to a doctor. She goes to a doctor. She's very stubborn. She's very stubborn. And I've always tried to tell her things. She's never wanted to listen. My dad passed away 7 years ago. And you know how sometimes that stuff can go. No, she doesn't. She knows who I am. She knows who everybody is. But she did keep calling my husband her cat's name when he went to put her blinds up the other day. She did keep calling my husband by her cat's name. She kept calling him Rascal instead of Steven. But her cat was sitting right there. And I just thought, it's an accident. She kept referring to him as Rascal, her cat. So, I don't know. It's little things. Just little, I don't know. I'm going to watch it. Just going to watch it. Ugh. But she seems pretty copacetic for the most part when we went out and all the other stuff. But she just has a tendency to isolate and not keep her brain as active as she should. See, I'm an academic and I'm always studying, reading, keeping my brain active, and my mom, not so much. She just veges out. I don't know. It's concerning. But it's just little things. And I've only noticed it probably the last few months, maybe. It's only been recently. And then, kind of all of a sudden her personality changed. She got really sweet. You know? I just don't know. Yeah, my brother mentioned that she's been on a loop when he talks to her, telling the same stories again. And I noticed that she told me the same story this week. The last few weeks, I've been hearing the same stories, and my brother has said the same. I mean, I can almost tell him verbatim. I don't know if it's more when she's tired, but it's a lot of more of the stories bragging about herself. You know what I mean? Like in high school and jobs and long time ago stories. And does she, Monica? Does she have any deficit, or is it just, I don't know? I'm just gonna watch it. Me being a therapist, I know what to look for, but my little flags were going off, and I told my brother about it, so we're just gonna watch. See, this is why my brain's been having questions and thoughts, and I couldn't pinpoint anything. We got the things with our food prices going up and lack of food and Ukraine and things coming down the pipe, and all of us need to stay positive and make a difference and take a hold of how we can change things and not depend on the world. It's about us. It's about us. It's about us. It's about us. We need some music and some happy and some dancing. And I want to make a challenge. I want to make a challenge for us to go out in our yard and cut some music on and just dance in the yard and not care about what people think about us. Would you be brave enough to do that? Cut some music on and just go outside and dance and not care what anybody thought? Oh, did she? What did they imply to you, Monica, or do you know? I love it. Do you, Lori? I would grocery shop with my daughter. We haven't in a while. She's gotten a little older. She doesn't go. You know how they pipe that music in the store? We'd be grocery shopping. She'd push the buggy. I'd get behind her and start going, dun, 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 dun. Dance. She'd turn around. I'd stop. She'd turn back around. I'd start grooving. I didn't care if anybody was looking. She, Mama. And people would just smile or laugh because they knew I was just embarrassing my daughter. It's just a grocery store. People were walking by. I'm not hurting anybody. They might smile. They might shake their head. Maybe they'll shake their booty too. I don't care. Life is short. Shake your booty. Dance in your yard. I'm gonna. Okay, good. Her mind was normal for her age. Am I right? Good. Good, 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 Monica. So I'm challenging everybody. Cut on some music and dance. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Doo-doo-doo-doo. In your yard. And I also want you to start doing something to make you have some food that doesn't depend on the grocery stores. Yeah, I do. I used to sing my heart, roll the windows down when she was little, and she remembers it now, and sing my heart out to, different things. Oh, Tai Chi, yeah. Oh, doing Tai Chi or drinking Tai Chi? No, that's chai tea. No, I was singing, do you remember? Da 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 do do. I wasn't singing Thriller. Do 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 do. Doing Tai Chi, not chai tea. I got confused. Tai Chi's good. Chai tea, I don't know. That's bad when you make yourself laugh. I needed that. I'm so silly. I'm so silly tonight. Yes, September. Da-na-na, da-na-na, da-na-na. Hello, Mark Kropka. Uh, do you remember? Isn't it Earth, Wind, and Fire? Yeah. And I used to sing, who is it that's married to, oh man, that sang Banana, B-A-N-N, B-A-N-A-N-A, whatever that song was. Gwen Stefani songs. I used to sing the older Gwen Stefani songs in the car and things like that. We'd roll down the window and sing that. And Lundy Bridge. How come every time you come around my Lundy Bridge? I had her singing that when she was 3 years old. And we just sing in the car at the top of our lungs. And she would sit, we'd be in public somewhere, or it would be an inappropriate place, and she would start singing, how come every time you come around my Lundy? See, I'm not always so serious. I can be a big goofball, but that makes you resonate higher. Just doing silly stuff like that. But we have got to make sure that we don't go down in the depths, and that we do things to help us not fall into the traps of, hey, I'm gonna pay $10 for this loaf of bread. I'm gonna pay $20 for these eggs. Hey, how much you want to pay for this burger? Oh, this gallon of milk? It's $9. I don't think so. Yeah, no doubt. See, I used to be cool. Why don't you look at me like you look at that bacon? So juicy. Now, most people have a difficult time turning down bacon. Bacon is good with most things. I wonder if bacon's good with ice cream. Hmm. Yeah, it's good for you. What is one thing you could go without for the rest of your life that you really love right now? One thing that you say, I will give up for the rest of my life. One thing you will give up for the rest of your life for the good of man and women. You love it, Mark? You love ice cream and you will give it up. Is that what you're saying? What would make you give it up, Mark, and not risk putting a spoon into that container? No, not a Lent question. You're a brave man, Mark Kropka. I love it. but it doesn't love me back. It doesn't love me back either. I've started going to Halo and I'm about to change it to frozen banana and protein powder and another fruit and blend it up and make that my ice cream lover. And then I'm going to wean off of it and start lifting weights. But I don't know anybody that wants to be in a group with me so we can keep each other accountable on Facebook. I want people to go in the group with me so we can say, "Did you do it? I did it." Because I want to lose 20 more pounds and get back to my fighting weight. Does anybody want to get in that group with me? Anyone? I'm about to get me a boxing thing and go back to my fighting weight. Monica would give up French fries. What would make you give up French fries, Monica? I'm not a big French fry eater. I'm thinking about doing a private group on Facebook, a private fitness group on Facebook, accountability group. I used to do them on Facebook all the time because I am a certified fitness instructor. Sometimes we do the same workout, sometimes not. And we just check in each day to say we did it. And you're not supposed to drop out for 30 days. That is the rule. You're under the gelato spell and it can be delivered. JC Bear. Well, you are the human version of Winnie the Pooh, so what can he say? You don't want to lose weight or anything. It has a lot of sugar. Good point. It does. Has to be an alternative for it. We had frozen yogurt tonight. Oh my God, so good. That's why I'm finding alternatives. Halo Top Keto does not like me so much. It tears my stomach up. Hot sauce, I love it and eat it on everything, but I have to give it up. I could maybe. See, nobody wants to be in an accountability group with me because they would have to be accountable. So I guess I would just have to go Freebird on Facebook and say, "Hey, does anybody want to be in the accountability group with me?" And I guarantee you the women that were in it before with me will be in it because they lost weight. Guarantee you. Because I want my weight bench, but I don't know where I would put it. Because I'd have to clean out my office and put it in here. Make half of this office the weight bench area. I'm going down and my muscle's going back up. See that muscle? I'll beat somebody up. What is the difference in gelato and ice cream? The fancy name? What is it? Okay, would you rather have, you could only have one the rest of your life? Ice cream? Cake. Cake from Publix, even. Would you rather have ice cream or cake? You can only have one the rest of your life. Which is it? Dun dun dun. Mm-hmm. You gotta tell me, baby, baby. You gotta tell me now. Mm, 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 mm. I'm guilty as charged. Ice cream for me too. See, I am a coffee person, but I do not take on sugar in my coffee. Stevia for me and sugar free creamer. Okay, now that we know there is going to be an ongoing issue with our food, what new change are we going to make to be more of an independent food person? Oh, I forgot to order my maple syrup. I converted to straight maple syrup because of the bad corn syrup. So I only let me ask you this, Lori Watson. Can you get your own maple syrup out of maple trees? Do you know? Can you get your own maple syrup out of maple trees? Asking for a friend. I would like to know this. I'd also like to know it is my channel. I'm very highly spiritual. But, ah, have you done it, Lori? Hey, Nikki. Love you, girl. How do you do? I'm going to have to look up how you do that. Because we have maple trees around here. Tap trees in spring. So you do it. I'm going to find me one now. I love y'all so much. Look, I feel so much better connected to all of your energy when I'm in here. And JC Bear, I miss you when you're not in here. I see you around. I miss you when you're not in here. I wonder, you have to tap it in springtime and it takes a large amount of sap boiled down to get an amount of syrup. I did hear that. Uh, okay. Slow process. Maybe I won't do it. Maybe I won't. I don't know. I'm definitely going to start making bread. I'm going to be growing veggies. Definitely going to grow sprouts. I'm growing sunflowers this year. I am growing sunflowers for sure. And I'm going to find a way to protect my berries. And I'm going to be growing more berries. I love berries. Thank you, JC Bear. I love you. But when you can't, no judgment. I don't put any heavy expectations on anybody. Never have, never will. Never have, never will. Yeah, I'll probably do that too because I like to eat the sunflower seeds. Yes, I do. Especially in the South, people eat those sunflower seeds. I, I ordered some sunflower seeds online the first time to get some red ones and some teddy bear ones, I think, just to get some different ones. But I think I only got one little package of the bigger ones. Hey, Laura, if you want to sell some seeds, I'll buy some from you. Oh, I bet you have, JC Bear. Oh, you did? All of you in here are such wonderful people. Wonderful people. All of the energy that you have is going to make such a big difference with all the yuck that's going on. It's going to make such a huge difference. You do realize that, right? You do realize that you are all gifted. You are all light workers. It's the truth. It is the truth. And just your presence around the people that you encounter is going to help immensely. Oh, I love you, Lori. It's going to help immensely. The surge of energy that's going around. You have to understand what your purpose is on the earth. And we're going to talk about this more and get in the mindset now of how we're going to be able to be servant leaders in the process of all of this and understand what's going on, and that you also don't want to be gouged money wise with everything that's occurring. And just be aware and learn where you can save yourself a lot of money and not all of it go down the toilet. You understand? Because you want to have money to make memories, not have all the money be just flittered away when you can find ways to save it. I'm going to start thrifting and reselling again as well. I don't know how many of you are aware of that. Thrifting and reselling. Because such high end name brands go in the thrift stores and you can turn around and resell it. And also, these stores, instead of sending them back to the manufacturers, end up selling perfectly good items. I mean, tossing perfectly good items in white trash bags in the garbage instead of selling them back to the manufacturers. And some of these can be sent to, what am I trying to say? Given to the places that need them, that have people that go that haven't got a place to stay. They can be recycled. Oh, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Shelters. Some of the things these stores are throwing away can be given to shelters or resold. Oh, very cool, James. I wish I could do that. That probably costs more than I can do. But a lot of these stores, instead of sending them back to the manufacturer, just chunk it. And that means clothes too. Sometimes, though, they'll strip it and cut it. Sometimes they don't. But there are things that we can do to help ourselves, help others. Has anybody got any questions or thoughts that they would like to talk about or say before we start wrapping up? Because we are at 10:47. I adore all of you. You are such wonderful folks. I like the conversation about planning things and creating things and just doing things to make a shift, to make things better, help ourselves, help others. In light of all of this going on, it didn't have to be doom and gloom. Yeah, I like to watch Storage Wars and stuff too. And there's another show where they I think it's on Netflix though, where they travel and stuff, and there's these women driving the trucks, making deals, and going to get stuff and flip it. Pretty cool. That is cool. Yes, I do. Um, I have got one that I created just so we could even send messages on. Hold on. And I think it's got my little logo on. Hold on a second. I've got a Dear Dana community page, and it has got the little angel. Well, it's got the cartoon of me with a little angel behind it, and it says Dear Dana page community. And you can go there and you'll see the little cartoon there. So if you want to start leaving messages there, you can. I don't want to do it on my personal page because family members don't know I have this channel. But if you want to start posting on the Dear, it's at Dear Dana at Dear Dana 3 community page, and it's got the logo of me with the angel, and it's also got a picture behind it that says "Forgive, Peace, Joy, Love, Hope" with the rocks. Let me put it. See, hold on. I'll put the link for it. Here it is. There you go. You can go there. Oh yeah, love herbs. We're getting very close to having our community page on here. And what's so crazy, I almost have all my watch hours that we need. We're just not caught up on subscribers yet. I have almost all the watch hours YouTube requires to even get monetized. Very close. The subscriber thing, I don't know what the deal is with that. It's not caught up. It's cray cray. It's just backwards. It's backwards. The watch hours are like, and the subscribers, yeah, it does. It doesn't, it doesn't, because people can click off at any time. You know what I mean? Yeah, it doesn't build subs fast at all. But two, with my particular niche, I think sometimes people are afraid to admit they sub because it's a spiritual thing. Because it's spiritual. And if you have certain gifts, it definitely makes it difficult because people are afraid to admit. See what I mean? Jelly bean. I mean, if you are a medium, if you have psychic gifts, if you do hypnosis, if you do all kinds of things, people get a little squirrely about admitting they believe in any of that stuff. It's just nature of the beast. But I believe in God too, so look, I'm just going to stay with my integrity, stay genuine, passionate, stay with my intentions first. And my intentions are to love on and help people. And, I have credentials to help people in psychology, but I'm also very spiritual, and I'm just going to stay in my lane and just focus on helping people. And eventually, everything will line up. Oh, what are we talking about? Food again? Fresh veggies. Oh, you're talking about herbs? Yes. Oh, also like dill weed. If you make dill weed, put it in butter, dill and butter. Mark Kropka, you grow your own cannabis. It's not even legal in Georgia yet. But I have thought about trying, that you can get that, what is it called? It's not the cannabis itself, but the offshooting of it that they use for pain. We can get that here. What is it? Not THC, CBD. Yeah, yeah. They have the CBD and the creams and stuff that you can get for pain here. I've thought about using that for, MS, but I didn't know if it would help because, MS is different and it's nerve related pain. But anywho, I'm starting to wind down. But yeah, you can go to that page and you can also hit me up on my email at dcstinson5. You can email me anytime, dcstinson5 at gmail.com, or Dear Dana3, oops, at Dear Dana3 on Instagram, right? And we can share ideas on how to make things better and share it with the public, right? To get through all of this and become more independent within ourselves. So we're not hitting up like today, for those of you that didn't know, that I tried to get groceries and they were telling me I couldn't get the basic needs: milk, bread, meats, vegetables. And I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? Oh, cool. I may have to try it then because I know I'm smiling on the outside. And I use a lot of meditation, and exercise helps immensely with pain. But some days, let me tell you, there are times nothing helps with it. And on a scale of 1 to 10, it's at a 15. For real. I'm reading Levon Gittin's book, Chicken Caesar for the Gay Soul, right now. Ooh, I haven't read it yet. You'll have to let me know. He is a sweetheart. He is a sweetheart. I'm trying to catch up with the books that from our other guest so far, and I've got to get Levon's book as well. I always try to get them signed. But anyway, I love you all. Let's get together on our ideas. Is it good? You guys are such a part of my heart and this community. I cannot tell you how much you mean to me. And as this community grows, you are my OGs. For real, for real. You are my OGs. And maybe we should come up with some, I don't know, a special glass or cup or a t shirt for the channel. I don't know. Maybe y'all can help me come up with something. Okay. Okay, Mark, I will. Oh yeah, and I need to go check. I promised that I would go. I promised Chase Ryder I would go check the post office too for the PO box. I need to do that too. But anywho, on that note, I'm getting tired. I need food. I love you all. Let's get this thing going. Let's make all of this yucky stuff and the bad stuff that's going on in the world. It's a human thing. It's a world thing. It's not a they thing. It's an us thing. It's an us thing. So let's see what we can do thing. You know what I mean? We are the light workers. We are. So let's go dance in the yard and have a brainstorm and let's do it. Yeah, Marzi? Yeah, Nikki? Yeah, Virginia Wolf? Josie Bear? And let's send our energy out to all of us thing. Like now, right? I'm sending it now to everybody. I love you all. Yes, remember, like, subscribe, share with your friends, bring a friend, tell them about us, and I love you. And I will see you on Saturday. And remember, if there's something spiritual, if you want a reading, you have to contact me privately. You know what I mean? We'll do a love donation. But if you want to do angel messages, if you want to hear about something psychological, spiritual, a case, something specific you want to talk about on here, just tell me. Tell me, tell me, tell me. I'm always open to subject matter. Truly. Sometimes I can't come up with special things and I'm like racking my brain. I always don't know what you want to hear. Just because I know some things doesn't mean I know everything. I mean, as far as reading your minds, you know what I mean? But yeah, just tell me. I listen. But anyway, remember your vibe attracts your tribe. You are so loved. You are light workers. You are gifted. Don't put your gifts up in the shelf in the closet. Get them down, shine bright, help others, dance in your yard, sing your heart out, write your songs, write your stories, grow your plants, love on somebody. Oh, yeah, do your well check. And let's figure this thing out together. Don't dim your light. And I shall see you on Saturday. Good night, everybody. And here we go. Oh, and if you want to buy me a coffee, you can do it at miracles3charter.net. Please like, share, and subscribe. Bye. Ba, 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 da.